I haven't talked much about my comic book lately because frankly, there really wasn't much to say. Well, now there is. Greetings, people of the internet. I'm Scott with Serkworks Art Labs. Welcome, mad creators, to the underground laboratory where we create robots, aliens, zombies, and other imminent threats to humanity. One of those things when I mentioned was zombies, and I have a comic book that has some zombies in it. I haven't really mentioned much of it lately because I've been kind of working. You know, I've been kind of waiting for a milestone, and I've hit it. So I do want to mention that. But there's a lot of other stuff I want to talk about. And okay, so you know what that means? That means we have mail. So what we're going to do is we're going to go here to the Vaculux, and let's see what we got in the old mail system here. Now, if you haven't seen these before, so the Vaculux is our mail delivery system, and the problem is packages are usually pretty big, so they can't really fit through there. So what we have to do is we shrink them down. It's kind of like a dehydration process. So what I need to do is I need to get a little water and then drop that on and bring this back to normal size. So let's do that. Okay, here we go. Now this is cool because this is something comic related. This is from my friend Marshall Lee, and if you're not familiar with Marshall, I will leave a link in the description to his videos. Maybe you do know, if you've seen enough of these videos, you know that I did a collab with him a while back where we did the what was it? Take Me to Your Leader Tuesday, where for a while we were drawing every Tuesday. We were drawing an alien creation, so that was really fun. Hopefully, maybe we'll get a chance to do that again sometime. But let's see what I got here. Well, I know what it is because it's something I ordered. Let's see. Let me get my knife out. Okay, it's in there pretty good. Let's pull that out there. Oh, we got. I put that utility knife out. Put it away too soon. I do not want to damage this. All right, here we go. So cool. Oh wow, look at this. Oh, there's stuff that I was not expecting. Okay. Okay, so first I got this. This was extra. This is more than what I ordered, so I want to check this out. What do we got here? So we got, his company is Donkey Jaw Productions, so I've got couple of Donkey Jaw Production stickers. Oh, no way. Oh my, this is tons of original stuff. So this is one of his creatures that he created for the 100 days, and not the 100 days, for the Take Me to Your Leader Tuesday. This is one of his alien creatures. So that's the original sketch. That is awesome. Oh man, I love it. Oh, and then look at this, a full color Dustin from Stranger Things. That is so awesome. It's, oh man, and look at oh man, look at this. I haven't seen this. Look at that. These are all original illustrations. That is so cool. He's got a bat with a gnome on it. He creates the coolest characters. I mean, like a lot of the characters that he creates, I'm like, oh man, I wish I would have thought about that. There was a character he created called, I think it was Robo Hobo or Hobo Robo, I don't remember, but it was like a robot, like hobo guy, and then, oh man, and I don't know, he's always just got his character glyph. I mean, his powers are like that he does graffiti, he's a graffiti artist, but his graffiti can come to life, which I always thought was really cool, and I don't know, he's just always got really cool, imaginative characters, so, and then he did leave a little note, which I don't know if he wants me to read that, so I will look at that in a minute. But so yeah, let's see what we got. Oh, okay. This is cool. So another thing I wasn't expecting. So I'm going to show you this. This is a cover to his Attack of the Lizard Brain comic, and I love that because it's just a throwback to the old, like, you know, was it EC or like eerie and creepy and that kind of stuff. But I love that design. That is so cool. But what I actually ordered was the original artwork to that design. So I have the original here. Oh, it is so cool. I love looking at original artwork because you can see all the little things how it all came together and everything. So that is super cool. Thank you, Marshall. Thanks for all the extra stuff, man. I can't believe it. That is so cool. Thank you so much. That is super awesome. But yeah, so you know, Marshall is a part of the 100 Days of Making Comics community as well as I am, and that's one of the things that started, I don't know if it's, I think it's what basically started me doing these YouTube videos, was the 100 Days of Making Comics challenge, where you do a comic book, you work on it 30 minutes a day, every day, for 100 days straight. And at the end of that, then you're a little further along on your comic book. But I started that early on. It was a challenge started by Kevin Cross. And my book, Young and the Dead, this book right here, this is the current issue. Well, it's sort of the current issue. As of right now, it's the current issue. We'll get into a little more about that in a minute. But it's a kids versus zombie story. It's like Goonies meets Night of the Living Dead. If you're into Goonies, like all those old 80s kid action adventure movies where kids were kind of the heroes and everything. E.T., Explorers, Goonies, Monster Squad. Monster Squad's one of my favorites. It doesn't get mentioned nearly enough, but anyway, so it's kind of in that vein. Or if you're more current, if you like more current stuff like Stranger Things, which kind of takes place in sort of an homage to that, and that's why I think Marshall sent me the Dustin drawing, because I'm a Stranger Things fan as well. But I just love that kind of stuff. So that's my comic, but it all started from another challenge that Kevin developed called the Mini Comics Dump Truck. That happened a long time ago, and that was one where you create a mini comic, and at the end you just get a whole bunch of people to create mini comics, and at the end you kind of trade them back and forth, so everyone that participates gets all these mini comics, and that was really cool. And that's when I originally started creating that my original idea for Young and the Dead, and then it kind of went on from that. And you know, it's been taking me a long time to do, because it's not my main focus. I mean, I love doing it and everything, but it's kind of like a background project that I try to work on. I try to work on it every day, but it does take a long time. So it's been a while since I put out an issue, but I'm happy to say that I have just finished Young and the Dead #4. So there's 3 issues available right now. You can go to Serkworks.com. They're available on there, both digital and physical copies. But the 4th one is complete. Now it's going to be a little bit before I actually get it out there, because I want to run a Kickstarter. The problem with Kickstarters is first of all, there's some preparation that has to go into that. So I need to concentrate on that. That's going to be one of the things I'm going to be concentrating on the first of the year. But it's probably going to be, I think, early March before I launch it, because another thing is January and February traditionally aren't the best time to launch Kickstarters or launch any kind of product, just because you're kind of coming off the holiday and everyone's money's kind of spent, and they're not really looking to, or they don't have the money to try to play catch up. So anyway, so it's going to be a little while, but it is finished. Yeah, I'll show you I'll just kind of tease the cover here. You can check the cover of the comic book out. So there it is. That's kind of what it's going to be look like. I'm kind of some of this takes place in an arcade, so I definitely wanted to feature that on the cover with the kids in the arcade and the video games and all that kind of cool stuff. So yeah, that's what's going on. So I've been, I used to do updates, especially when I was doing the 100 Days of Making Comics, talking about it and everything, but I haven't done that lately. I used to kind of show my process. I haven't done that, but it is complete. And if you guys can wait a couple months, then hopefully you'll be able to get your hands on it, or at least the Kickstarter, and then however long. But I'm usually pretty good, because I like to have everything done and ready to go when I run a Kickstarter. So it's usually, it's never more than a month after, usually when I ship. I've only actually done one Kickstarter before, but I was successful, and I plan to do the same stuff with this one coming up. So I'm excited. So hopefully you guys are too. The other thing, as far as now that I've completed it, what am I doing next? Well, that's another kind of cool thing. If you're familiar with the 100 Days of Making Comics, you may also be familiar with the fact that there was an anthology. The 100 Days of Making Comics anthology. The last one was Life in Space, and now there's going to be a new one. We're starting a new one. Last time I just did a pinup, which the cover to that I made a print, and that's also on my website at serkworks.com. There's gonna be a lot of pitching in this one. Usually I try to give you guys some advice and stuff, but anyway, this one's more just, hopefully I'm not turning a bunch of people off, but this is more just talking about my comic and stuff. But I do want to feature other people like Marshall, and I'll mention some other cool people before the show's over. So it's not just me, but I'm excited and I want to share this news. So, but anyway, so the second anthology from 100 Days of Making Comics crowd it was going to be coming out, and it's going to be starting the first of the year. For 100 days, we have to work on a 4-page story, and that's what I'm going to be working on. It's quite different than most anything I've done, at least recently, because even though my story is kids and zombies, and I like horror stuff and everything, it's not that dark. It's more of an adventure. This story that I'm doing now is very dark, and I'll get into a little more about what that is and everything. But the theme of the second anthology, like I said, the first one was life in space. It was all space themed. The theme for this one is werewolves and unicorns, and there's a little broader sense than that. When I first heard that, I was like, yeah, that doesn't really appeal to me. But I guess the broader sense, it's just mythical creatures. But I think a lot of people are doing werewolf and unicorn stories. But it doesn't have to be that. It just has to center around some kind of mythical creature. So I've got an idea, a story that I kind of wanted to do my spin on for a while, and I don't know if it's been done before, so I'm anxious to do that, and I'll talk more about that. And there's going to be a lot more, coming in the first of 2019. There's going to be a lot more comic book stuff on the channel, as far as working, tips on creating comics and all that kind of stuff, and me working and showing you kind of my process again, because I haven't done a lot of that lately, and I kind of feel like I should be doing that, because a lot of people that watch my channel are comic book creators or at least interested in that. So that's something I want to do more of. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is if you get, like I said, a lot of people that watch this are comic book creators. So if you are a comic book creator, and if you haven't heard yet about the Comic Maker Starter Kit, I wanted to talk about that. But one of the things that I mentioned before was that if you get the starter kit, and basically what it is, it's a digital product. It is free. It is available at serkworks.com if you go there, and there will also be a link in the description to this. But if you go there, you get it for free. You join up on the mailing list. Plus, there's for my newsletter. I don't really send a lot of spam. I just usually every month I send a newsletter out, and there's tons of extra stuff in there too. There'll be additional freebies and exclusive videos, all that kind of stuff. So the newsletter itself I think it's pretty cool, packed with value and everything. But when you join the mailing list, you get I keep wanting to say the Mad Science Starter Kit, which that is not what it is. But the Comic Maker Starter Kit, and it comes with comic book brushes, it comes with fonts, it comes with page layout templates, sound effects, all kinds of really cool stuff. And I've been getting a lot of positive feedback from the people that do have it and are working with it. But I wanted to know, I sent a call out, and they said if you do get the starter kit and you actually use it in a project, please let me know. So I got an email from Hugh Chapman, who watches the channel and everything, and he's a comic book artist, and he's kind of doing similar. He sounds like he's kind of similar age range that I am, and he's just wanted to get back into doing comics and all that kind of cool stuff. So he sent me a preview of his comic Hacker, which it sounds pretty cool and it looks pretty cool. So I'm gonna throw up this preview. This is Hugh's work here, and he actually used the Comic Maker Starter Kit to do this. He used the pencil brush and also the inking brush, the sable brush. So yeah, it's really cool, and I love the way at least this first preview image looks. The storytelling in it looks really great. I love the establishing shot. I love how it looks. I love how it's laid out, and you kind of get this, it looks like a history lesson, but then he's got these little cues, and I love this kind of stuff in comics because it's really one of the only mediums where you can do this. But you see these little overlapping squares and everything. It's kind of this digital effect. And you see that that's the hacker where he's getting his information from, and you kind of go through that. So I really love the way this came out, and yeah, so I just wanted to give Hugh a shout out, and definitely go, I will leave a link to his Patreon. Definitely check it out because he's doing some cool stuff, and I can't wait to see what else Hugh's going to be working on. So, and if you guys, like I said, if you guys are using the Comic Maker Starter Kit, let me know. Send me some images, and maybe I'll feature them and talk about them and everything. Because I really do. I think there's a lot of stuff you could use this kit for in making comics. So I want to see it in action. So that's kind of what's going on. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on as far as the comic book making front. And like I said, in 2019 there's going to be a lot more comic stuff from me on the channel. So if that's what you're into, you're in luck, because that's you're going to see a lot more of that. But yeah, that was the update, and that's about all I have to say today. Yeah, keep hitting those, you know, get working on those comics, because man, I love comics, and I want to see what you guys are working on, and hopefully you're interested in what I'm working on, and that's what this is all about. So I will see you guys later. That is all. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Also, you can follow me at Serkworks on social media. Do you like making comics? Then go to Serkworks.com and pick up the Comic Maker Starter Kit. It's packed full of fonts, brushes, templates, and more. And best of all, it's totally free.